Hello, I am currently in Japan finishing up my teaching contract here. So that being said, my recent teaching context was with Japanese students, but now when I go home to the US, it will be a mix of students from all different backgrounds, Chinese, Japanese, Saudi, anywhere in South America. I'll have a mix, so I'm looking forward to that. My students are usually 18 and older. Most of them are doing an EAP program, so English for Academic Purposes. Some of them are doing English just because they want to improve for work. So there's different options we have at the language center that I work at. So these students, their prior education is usually they have some elementary or high school or private lesson background, but sometimes we get some students with zero previous English education. And those ones are more challenging, but definitely fun to work with. The current curriculum options we have at our center, usually the day starts out with a technology course, then goes into a vocabulary class, and then a grammar and speaking class, and then the afternoons reading and writing. So students can choose between doing full-time or half-time. So if they only want to work on their speaking, they will take classes only in the morning, but if they want to do more EAP, they do the full day, including reading and writing. To place the students, the teachers actually have a lot of say in it, so we have a few things we do. First of all, we give them a writing assessment, so we allow them to write for about 30 minutes using one of the prompts, and then the teachers will take a look at those and evaluate those. Then they do a test that is listening and grammar. It's all multiple choice for this portion. And then the third step is interview with one of the teachers. So the teachers will go through a set of questions, and each question is kind of placed on a level. So as far as the student goes into the question successfully is kind of where we end up placing their speaking. The difficult part is when they have a profile that's very jagged. So they did really poorly on the writing, but they really excelled in the speaking aspect. So it gives us a false sense of where the student should actually be placed. And then in terms of other assessments for the class, there's a mix of teacher-made and institution-made. So usually for quizzes and like presentations, teachers have a lot of say in those rubrics, but the final exams, the writing rubrics are all institution-made, so we have to follow those. So some of the exams, the final exams, don't necessarily match up well with what we have in the course. A lot of the exam has a very heavy weight on the listening, and in the course itself, the text does not include lots of sample listenings that would reflect anything similar to what we have actually in the exam, and the exam is usually a very heavy weight for their grade. So in our program, each level, each session is only 4 weeks, so it's very fast-paced. So students need to do a lot of assessments within those 4 weeks, and I think this is something that needs to be adjusted because it's too many things in too short of time, and it's really hard to see that difference in their progress every few days. I think it would be better to make less assessments within those 4 weeks to better see the difference that the content and the lessons and the speaking and the writing have done. So the good part is that our curriculum is changing, so hopefully they will be adapting all of these issues, this feedback that the teachers have given to make a better form of assessment across the board for both final exams, quizzes, everything. And that's what I'm hoping for. Thank you.